Hey, Shalom Akim. This is Yabatazah coming back with another video. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders, a great millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. Risking your life, putting your life on the line for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, setting up yourself as a living sacrifice, which is going to be greatly rewarded. And especially, in the times that we're in, we're standing up against great wickedness and great evil, which is rehearsed and practiced in the shadows, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're the ones that are the watchmen that set it up, upon a high hill, and we're supposed to let know the truth that's going on within these shadows, man. Whatever we hear in darkness, we're gonna reveal it in the light, so to speak. Roughly paraphrasing what's said in the book of Luke. But basically, I just want to get into some scriptures regarding this subject on how the elites, these individual people out here that truly hate God, man, that really hate Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, that hate the Bible. These men, they're for real, man. You know what I'm saying? They're actually living, walking individual men and women that have a true hatred for the Bible, that have a true hatred for this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's compiled in the book. All right, that have a true hatred for his people. Okay, and they've always been around. They've always been here on the earth, since the beginning. And now that we're coming into this time of great knowledge is being pushed out everywhere in the world, because of the internet, and people are just waking up. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is working with the prophets, the men that were predestined from the foundation of the earth to wake up. Yahweh Shai is revealing mysteries unto them too as well through the scriptures. So now that this man understands and sees that his time is at an end because of these, those are his signs, his indicators to him that his kingdom is about to be destroyed. He's about to be destroyed, but they're gonna work just as hard, man, against those things and that are prophesied of Yahweh Shai's return and the restoration of Israel, Yasha'Allah, the true people of the Lord, because there are people before a place. So I just want to speak about certain things about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Just how, the earth is backwards, man. I'm talking about what I mean about the earth. I'm talking about the inhabitants of the earth. The people are backwards. Everything is taught to them backwards. So what they call good is really evil, and what is evil is really good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about how, homosexuality, bestiality, following your own heart, all these different things that people buck up against us, the men of the Lord, that we get our knowledge from the Bible. That's what I'm talking about, because they're brainwashed and taught otherwise. They're taught to love everybody no matter what their classification is as regarding their sexual preference, how they choose to live their life, how they choose to raise kids, what doctrine to teach, what religion, so forth and so on. So there's an individual in the world that's behind all these things that are allowing this, and that's the man that I'm focusing on. This warlock, witches. These things are real, man. Satanic people that dabble, and they actually summon demons, man. They converse with demons. They allow demons to possess them. They'll go through certain they'll go through certain degrees and levels of allowing demons to afflict them just so they can have certain power, have the ability to brainwash people, to lead people astray. And there's people out there that really love that, man. There's people out there that truly love lying to people, and they see you believe it, and they're laughing at you behind your back while they're watching you walk over a cliff, So this is what I want to speak about, how these people, you got to be careful with these people, because they'll come to you as sheep with sheep's clothing, not just talking about pastors and, priests, preachers, but also just people in general. You have to have that spiritual eye and be watchful of these individual people on how they work, they operate. And it's a beautiful thing, because we know, us brothers know that everybody is basically an enemy if they're not coming in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Because if you're coming in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that's more or less a indicator that you're being dealt with. But even amongst that, you're still going to be watched and monitored, because there's been many individual people that have come in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and were really actually enemies of the cross. So I want to go ahead and just jump into some scriptures, just to just verify on how to identify individual people, and not to trust certain people, and just primarily know that there's higher ups in this world that are the enemy. Yeah, you got your average enemies out here in your city or town, but there's people that are of greater power, that are in office, that are in seat, that are pulling strings, that are making moves that we don't see on a daily basis, man. That actually have warlocks and witches, and in homes, and that are actually being diligent and doing what their office is to be, summoning demons and putting curses out on the earth. So this is in the book of Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. You see, so Paul's already letting us know through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, man. Against angels that are in on the left hand side, that are contrary to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai being played out on the earth, that are working through certain individual wicked men. That's who we are. We're at war against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, because there is a dark side of this world. Just like you got the internet, people see the internet as a tool, as a way of doing their assignments, school, researching, things of that nature. But they also have a dark side of the internet, which they call like the dark web. Everything has a dark side to it. Okay, so the Spirit is letting us know that there's rulers, there's people that rule the earth, that are that live according to the dark side, man, which is Satan, demons, they're different philosophies and doctrines that is contrary to the ways of righteousness, of thriving, of living, procreation and things of that nature. They're the opposite. They're the opposite of what's righteous. They're considered the wicked, the unrighteous, the ungodly. So we know that in the last days, these men are going to summon and come up and become more and more common to the people, because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai said that was going to happen according to Daniel 7, that knowledge shall increase. So it says against spiritual wickedness in high places. And what does that spiritual wickedness fall in? Meaning they're going to be doing their different, their seances, there's different sorceries, the different chantings that are going to summon dark demonic spirits out on the earth, and what those dark satanic spirits are going to be doing is making people more contrary and against righteousness. Meaning they're going to be bucking up, they're going to be showing more disrespect, being more unholy, disrespectful to parents, like we know what it says in 2 Timothy's, how they're gonna be in perilous days, in the perilous times. It says 2 Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. See, and that all has has a part in what these people are doing in high places, man. All right. Not only is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai allowing them, and he's giving them over to these ways, but that's what's being conducted in the earth, man, is by these sorcerers, these witches, these warlocks. All right, the people that dabble in necromancer, that talk to the dead, that just do all forms of wickedness. Okay, it says in 2 Timothy 3:3, without natural affection, truce breakers, natural false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. You see, so that's what the spirits that they're putting on people, without natural affection, meaning that they're just numb to everything in the world, man. And that's the way of the westernized way of the Western way of thinking does that. That makes you indifferent. If you brothers don't understand what that word means to be indifferent, you need to look it up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what their job is to do, is to make you numb or lukewarm. You know what I'm saying? And without natural affection, meaning you don't have no type of true affection towards the things that are good or righteous. You're just more or less just in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You're just the guy that just like, oh well, if it don't affect me, I ain't worried about it. Not knowing that you're supposed to stand up for righteousness. You're supposed to be standing up for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding against wickedness and evildoers, man. And that's what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is looking for. Because these evildoers, these witches and satanic people out here, they're standing against everything that you love and hold dear, man. They're killing your children. They're killing your wife. They're plotting up your wife, setting up your wife to rebel against you by letting her watch, allowing her, or the woman is watching all these different reality shows, watching these stupid hoes on music videos, on these reality shows, So all that is part of breaking down and destroying that which is good and that was set up from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. It says 2 Timothy 3:4, traitors, heady, high-minded, and lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh. You see, so they're more in tune with satisfying the flesh, satisfying the ears, the eyes, versus the spirit. Verse 5, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. That's right. So we're supposed to turn them away, and deliver them unto Satan, man. Rebuke them and send curses upon them in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. In the meanwhile, we're edifying the body, because we're going up against these like I said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We ain't fighting against the elect. We ain't fighting amongst a brotherhood. We're edifying the brotherhood, but everybody else, that's who we're wrestling against. That's who we're fighting against, But it's not against flesh and blood. It's against these certain spirits, these doctrines that are out there. All right. Verse 13 in Ephesians 6:13, it says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. That's right, because this place is evil, man. This place is very demonic, it's spiritually demonic out here, man. And a lot of these people have followed and fallen under that demonic vibration, okay? And there's going to be a great destruction because of that. But us brothers, we know that through the Spirit, the Lord has given us indicators on how to identify certain individuals, and it's just not being, swayed and docile to their ways, man. So I'm gonna go from there to the book of 2 Corinthians 11 and start at verse 13. It's for such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. So, like I said, the scriptures are applied to those that are, that has some form of godliness, and they're coming in the name of God or Jesus, or you're coming in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. These are deceitful workers. We understand that, but I'm trying to prove that these world leaders, these higher ups in the world, these Edomites, these different nations, whether they're Israelites or the other nations, they're deceitful workers, man. They're transforming themselves into apostles of Christ, because they are out there. They're sent out they go onto the media, on television, and they push forth their doctrines to indoctrinate the people with their ways, their mind, their ways of thinking. But and they're smiling at you. They look, their outward appearance is pleasing to the eye, but within, they're full of evil and wickedness, man. They're set up to put you in a snare, to get you to convert over to their ways, It says in no marvel, verse 14, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So even the devil, Satan can transform himself into an angel of light to trick you. That's why it's important to have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua over you, to be able to discern and be circumspect, to use proper discretion to see through those things, by testing the spirits, by using the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, by watching and looking what their fruit is, It says, therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. And you see these politicians and things, you see the higher ups, they'll use the Bible, they'll use God, the term God, or, Lord, and things of that nature. They'll try to do a prayer. They'll have some priest come up, some Catholic priest, will have the Pope showing honor to the Pope. But us, the Akim, we know we're not going to be deceived, Lord willing. It's impossible to deceive to the very elect, so we know the truth about Catholicism. We know the truth about the word God, the word Lord. That doesn't mean they're talking about the Lord and God of the Bible, which is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? So we're not naive to that. We're not ignorant to Satan's devices. But to the Akim, we have to be circumspect and beware, because these people out here are doing their job every day, man. They're sending subliminal messages every day through media, through the signs and symbols out there in the world, through bulletin boards, through commercials, through fast foods, everything. It's everywhere, man. All right, people, the spirits cleave unto people to influence you. All right, so I'm gonna go from there to Salakia, Matthew 7:15. It says, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. That's right. These people are evil, man. These people are ready to devour you, to kill you, to do anything in their power to destroy you, mentally, spiritually, and they're not there to build you up. They're there to destroy you. They want you to break down, to bug out. They're not there to help build you back up, to tell you things will be better. Things are going to get better if you follow Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're going to tell you, things will get better. You just got to, just follow our ways, accept our ways. If not, this is what's going to happen to you. And they show you throughout different people, like celebrities, they put them to death, man. They'll kill them. If you ain't going to follow their ways, they're going to get rid of you. Even within a job, you don't follow according to your manager's ways, even though they're not right. What happens? They fire. They'll get rid of you. That's the fucked up part about this world, man, is that these people abuse their power. They're evil. They're evil people, man. They have no meekness or humbleness to them. No form of righteousness. A lot of people don't have no form of godliness, man. Some people are just naturally just fucked up and evil, man. But like I said, beware of false prophets. Just like we read in I read in 2 Corinthians 11, where it says that no marvel that Satan himself can even change himself into an angel of light. But we know that what's behind that light, which is a false illumination of righteousness. Which, because if you see through it, you're gonna see that it was nothing but an enemy the whole time. Verse 16, you shall know them by their fruits. And that's the point, because you're gonna know them by their fruits, through their schemes, through their certain ways that they're gonna try to devour you. Their schematics, which is the schematic is, it goes back to the word schism, to divide, and that's one of Esau's tools of war to destroy people is divide and conquer. So he's going to use those things, and you're going to know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good fruit bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt fruit bringeth forth evil fruit. A corrupt tree cannot bring forth evil tree, or Salaki, a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. You see, so you're going to start seeing the difference between these certain individual people, man. You're going to see that what their true intentions are by staying focused, being circumspect. You're going to be reading the scriptures, because the scriptures is what's the first and foremost important thing to always be, having with you, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to help you properly see the things that are being done in dark or in the light. All right. And before I go any further on that, I want to bring out this one scripture, and Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 19. I'm gonna start at verse Sirach 19:26. It says, "There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit, casting down his countenance and making as if he heard not, where he is not known. He will do thee mischief before thou be aware. And if for want of power he be hindered from sinning, yet when he findeth opportunity, he will do evil." And that's how these individual people work, man. And you can't trust that. You got to watch them. You got to keep your distance, and you got to pay attention to what it is that you're listening to, what you're watching. You have to weigh things out everywhere, and let the spirit of wisdom meet you in every thought. Verse 29, "And a man may be known by his look." Salakia. "A man may be known by his look, and one that hath understanding by his countenance, when thou meetest him." You see, some brothers can be, see somebody and already know what they're about quick. You know what I'm saying? That's because the spirit of wisdom is on them to understand and know that. It says, "When thou meetest him, a man's attire and excessive laughter and gait showeth what he is." So you can pay attention to individual people. You shall know them by their fruits, man. That's part of their fruits. The fruits come in many ways. Their appearance, their walk, their laughter, their talk, their actions. You're gonna see if they're following the law, statutes, and commandments. So you're gonna know if that tree is good or if it's corrupt. You know what I'm saying? And because it said a good tree can't bring forth evil fruit. It's impossible. You can only put up a front for so long before getting exposed. And there's another one. See if I can find it. This is in the book of Sirach, 13:25. "The heart of a man changeth his countenance, whether it be for good or evil, and a merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance." That's right. So you can see a man's mind frame through his appearance, through his face, because it'll show forth through his face. So that's another way on how to identify and to know these things. You know them by their fruit, man. You know them by the fruit of their lips, and you're going to see it. You're going to know it, who's with them, what type of spirit is on them, because the man of the Lord, it says that and the thing about the man of the Lord is that there's a balance, but more or less being in this captivity, we're in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, meaning that we're a man of war. We are of scriptures say, "Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad." A man of the Lord is pissed. He's angry because of the abominations being done in the earth. The scriptures say that that they're going to be crying and sighing for all the abominations that be committed in the earth. And we're going to be praying and hoping for the downfall and destruction of these wicked people. And we're not going to walk hand in hand with individual people that are contrary to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So you're going to know us by that, man. That's how you're going to know the difference between us and them. That's how you're going to know the difference between who's real and fake. Because the only people that are truly real on the earth are the elect. They're the only ones that are real. They're the only ones that haven't been sold out, haven't bound down to the image of Baal, to the satanic deities, to these women, to things of that nature. They're constantly fighting against the flesh. They're constantly fighting for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Even though they're in this chains of darkness, even though they're in this demonic spirit world, this demonic world, they're still fighting, But everybody else is already subverting over to that. They're already been taken over by the snare of the devil. All right. So let me go ahead and finish this in Matthew 7. And 19, every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. So soon that tree that is not right, is not good, it's going to eventually be destroyed. It's going to be brought down. And they're not going to be part of the body of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. They're not going to be part of a camp. They're going to be casted away, because like I said, truth only resides here in these books. All right, these 88 books that we have, the Apocrypha and the Holy Bible, the truth is here. All right, and she in wisdom is going to dwell with them and keep them and preserve them. But everybody else is going to be casted away. These higher ups, we know them by their fruits, man. The Edomites, the Amalekites, whatever else name they want to call themselves, Caucasians, Russians, whatever else they got out there. We know who the enemy is. All right, it says verse 20, wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. That's right. So we're going to know them by their fruits. We shall know them by their fruits, man. Look what they're doing to the world, to the earth. We know it's a damn devil that's ruling the earth. An evil nation, a group of people that are ruling the earth, destroying the earth, that have brainwashed us, but since Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has brought us out of that darkness, he set us up through liberty, man. He's through his truth, but everybody else is still under that wicked vibration and still believing in a lie. Why? Because they reject the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Real quick, let me go ahead and bring out this one. And 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. You see, so these individuals, these people that are in high places, these principalities, these rulers of darkness, they're coming after the working of Satan, man, with power and signs and lying wonders. You got fake news, you got these fake things that are going on in the heavens with the you got Project Blue Beam, you got all these different things that they're doing out in the heavens, and they're putting up fake news, they're stirring up different things that are false, and people are believing in those lies. The ultimate image that they put up to deceive everybody was that Caesar Borgia, that Jesus was a so-called white man. Yahweh Shai was a so-called white man. That was one of the ultimate devices that he used to deceive the whole world. To people believing that they're the true Jews, that they're the true people of the Lord. These Amalekites, these fake Jews that are over there in Israel right now, and wherever else they may be on the earth. All right, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, but that they might be saved. So these individual people have no truth in them, man. They're evil people. And the ones that follow after them, the 2/3, you're going to be destroyed with them, because you receive not the love of the truth, that you might be saved. It says, for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. So we ain't concerned about y'all. We're concerned about the elect that are amongst y'all, that are going to be drawn out of y'all. That's who we're reaching out to. We're reaching out to those that have a fear of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, us knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. So we're persuading you to let you fully be persuaded in your own mind. All right, we can't force you. It's like these people out here on the television, these higher ups, they ain't literally grabbing us and making us do things, but they're forcing you, through being comfortable, being complacent, giving you the convenience that we have access to. And then what do? You sit down in front of this black mirror, this TV, and they're feeding you and brainwashing you, man, with their different doctrines, their ideologies, their philosophies, their theories, to the point where you start believing that this man ain't no devil. You start believing that he's okay. You start thinking that the 2/3 are okay. They're just messed up in the head, but hey, they're still beautiful and loving people. Now, man, they're evil people out here, man. People that will turn around and stab you and slit your goddamn throat in a heartbeat, man. And some brothers that know like certain work in work industry, you know, especially when comes to the oil field, they call it they have a term where they call it, you know, they say it's real cutthroat, meaning that they'll fuck you over here in the oil field. They'll cut you, they'll stab you in the back and cut your throat, and leave you there to die, man. Not literally, but it's spiritually. And how do they do that? By getting you fired, by casting you out, by like moving you through jealousy and envy because you move up, or whatever the case may be. You know, they'll cut you off, man. They won't give a shit about you. You know, but these people out here are evil and wicked, man. That's why we need Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because the only way that they're gonna know and understand is death by pain, because they ain't gravitating it to the via the mouth of the prophets, the men on the Lord, through GMS, Great Millstone, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in righteousness. And we know that those that have pleasure in righteousness are dead as they while they liveth, man. You know, so just to you brothers, you know what I'm saying? It's just a continuation of a video that I made last night, man. Just about how this place is evil, this world is evil. You know, the rulers of this earth are fucked up. They're messed up. They have no love, no compassion for humanity. They don't give a shit, man. They don't care for anybody or anything on this earth. All right. And we had to know that. We had to believe and have faith that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to redeem us from these evil men, man, because they're out here to really destroy you, to kill you. They want to destroy you spiritually, you know. And now that we're coming into the understanding, you know, the breakdowns of the Bible, the true understanding, now they're trying to really force all these subliminal messages. It's so obvious now. They're not even hiding it anymore, man, about the Illuminati, about these different symbols that they have out there, that Pizzagate, all this shit is coming to the surface, and they showing you, and they're letting you know, hey, we know you know, but we're still gonna put it in your face. There ain't nothing you can do about it, you know. So they're already having a desperate attempt to pull those that are not of Yahweh Shem Yahushua so they can die with them, you know. So I want to go ahead and leave it with that, you know. Pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Keep fighting for this truth, man, because this is the only thing that we have. If without Yahweh Shai, we're most miserable, man. We and this world is misery. You know, this world is complete evil and misery, full of misery, depression, oppression. You know, there's nothing good here in this place, man. You know, our children, the animals, everything that is living is oppressed. It's hurting, from the ants to the bees to everything on the earth that's living and crawling. You know, I'm pretty sure these damn organisms that we can't see with the naked eye, you know, are fucking hurting. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I want to leave it with that. Hope it was edifying. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, Wahal Rakak Wadash.